Beautiful, spectacular, fantastic, fascinating, elegant, powerful. That's the Daytona, a driver's Ferrari. Admired from its very launch, which took place in the Paris Salon in 1968, the 365 GTB4 immediately became the favorite of that immense public of enthusiasts who, though they would never be able to afford to buy it, would appreciate the qualities of guts and power which were suggested by its pure futuristic lines. This cult object quickly became known as the Daytona, in honor of the Daytona 24 Hours race, which had been won by the cars of the Cavallino in 1967. Today it is still a star, if not on the roads, then in rallies and concours d'elegance, a clear example of class, which is not diminished, but rather reinforced by time and technological evolution. If it is the form which is most striking from outside, when one puts oneself behind the wheel of the Gran Turismo, it is the overall performance which is most appreciated, and not just its speed and acceleration. With a maximum speed of some 280 kilometers per hour, 174 miles per hour, and having 352 lively horses under the bonnet, the Daytona delivers a completely comfortable, relaxed performance, both at low speeds and on long touring trips, thanks to the famous torque of its 12 cylinders. Quick and reasonably noisy, the 365 GTB4 Daytona copes happily with long periods on the autostrada, while giving the driver the maximum of entertainment. To tell the truth, this is made even easier by the car's appearance. Everyone seeing the car in the rear view mirror cannot long resist the impulse to move over and leave the road clear. But where the Daytona gives its best is on mixed roads, running at fairly high speeds. Here, the Daytona's qualities of endurance and its fundamentally neutral handling make it an entertaining car, and always safe, even though it can run away with you, which is very easy because the car seems so easy to drive. Nor should one overlook the fact that 352 is a lot of horses, and even if held at bay, they can make their power felt suddenly. The Daytona is a remarkable car, linked with so many memories of my time at Ferrari. It is a car which I used practically every day from 71 to 75 when I was at Ferrari. In 74, 75, I did over 1,500 kilometers. I think this is the ultimate true Ferrari. Engine at the front, 12 cylinders, a genuine Gran Turismo. Fast, spacious, just right for two people to travel the world. It is roomy, it has a remarkable engine, and it is very strong. Clearly, it's demanding to drive. It's fairly heavy, and you need to know how to use the brakes. But it is a car which is rewarding to get to know. This car was built by hand. One had to maintain these traditions at Ferrari. As to mid-engines, they take up all the room and are quite impractical. Today, anyone thinking of a journey in a Testarossa must carry 2 shirts and a pair of trousers, because there's no room for any other belonging. With the lines of the Daytona, Pininfarina created one of those changes in car design which made them the design school of the world. While following the obligatory road of the traditional front-engined Gran Turismo Ferrari, the Turin coach builder converted the concept of overall roundness in favor of tauter, simpler lines. The characteristics of the Daytona are its very long, flat bonnet, the sides which are lightened by a groove which runs along the whole length of the car, and by the futuristic concept of the arrangement of the lights at the front. In the Daytona First Series, the headlights were protected by a Perspex noseband. In the Second Series of 1971, the headlights were changed to retractable ones. The solution adopted for the rear is also very interesting. Cut off yet flowing, with the traditional round tail lights arranged 2 by 2, framed by the little spoiler of the baggage compartment, and the groove which is continued from the sides to the tail. It is a car which does not tire you out. Not for town use, of course, because with traffic it is demanding. But for making long trips, it is the equal of any modern car, because it gives no problems. Compared with the cars of today, which often suffer difficulties with their electronics. With the new front-engined 2+2, Ferrari are offering a car with all the technology of active suspension, state-of-the-art brakes, more modern materials, a well-balanced, spacious car. A Gran Turismo, ideal for long journeys, as the name implies. Great care and originality were also devoted to the design and creation of the interior, which is made very light by the large area of glass. The contoured structure of the seats and their covering material makes the Daytona a car well suited to competition, as well as to long journeys. I achieved incredible average speeds with the Daytona. From Lugano to Maranello took an hour and a quarter in the 70s. Today that's unthinkable. I used to get to Rome in 3.5 hours because it had a 120-litre tank which allowed me to get from Lugano to Rome without filling up. Over 650 kilometers. It had an incredible pace, an exceptional torque. In fifth gear, the engine starts from 2000 RPM. You never need to change gear with this car. Fuel consumption was also limited, since it had a carburetor. One has only to open the bonnet to see the true jewel of the 365 GTB4 Daytona. The 12 cylinders, arranged in a V, give life to an engine of 4,390 cc's, whose 350 brake horsepower are developed at 7,500 RPM. There are twin overhead camshafts on each bank, making 4 altogether. A true masterpiece of mechanical engineering. A jewel worthy of the prancing horse. 365 GTB4 Daytona, Ferrari ended the era of the Gran Turismo Berlinetta with front-mounted engine. They did this with a symbolic car which still today is admired for the power and modern feeling of its lines. One of the true classic front-engine 12-cylinder cars which have made the legend of Maranello.